In today's show, keeping up with our He-Man theme. Today we're taking a look at Trapjaw, Masters of the Universe Revelation, Mattel Toys. Stay tuned. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back to R.P.Animations. I am your host. This is Red, and today we're taking a look at a figure that happens to be my favorite out of all of the He-Man Masters of the Universe. And love this guy. I've always loved this figure. And let me tell you a funny story. I was not a He-Man collector in the 80s. I was a G.I. Joe collector. My first He-Man was because I had an extra Cobra Commander and I traded it with a friend. So he gave me a leftover He-Man he had and a worn out comic book that he had lying around and I saw it. The comic book was a very tiny miniature comic book, which I think it should have been included, but I'm not complaining because, again, for 20 bucks, look at all the cheddar you're getting. Now, my aunt, who didn't know what G.I. Joe was, wasn't aware of what I had, who I had, and what I had, gave me a He-Man figure and gave me the original Trapjaw. I wish I still had him. Unfortunately, I don't. But when it was announced by Netflix that they were doing the animation of He-Man, I was all on board. With that said, oh God, here comes the controversy. Here comes the people to silence me. I did not like that show at all. I'm sure that a lot of you agree with me. But I'm also of a different caliber because even the TV show back in the 80s, as much as I would watch it before I go to school, the comic books is what drew me more in because the comic books were a lot darker. And his original story is by far one of the best action series. So if you YouTube, those people that do the comic reviews or the animated comics, you'll find somebody has put the original comic. Just type in Trapjaw original mini comic, and you'll see the story there, and you'll see how dark it is. With that said, we're gonna jump in with this guy. My apologies there, guys. I'm a little bit under the weather. We're going to jump in with this guy. We got a lot of housekeeping. And in the series, when Skeletor is vanished or whatever happened to him, I can't remember. That's how bad, I wasn't happy with the show. Trapjaw follows Triclops, who worship deity called Motherboard. So this is the uniform, and I'll put this on later. But I will tell you that I'm going to save this uniform not for him. I like him like that in the classic look, for when I get my Nosferatu action figure, because I saw the guy who plays it is in the new remake of it, and I loved his uniform, and it looks something like this. I think Bill Skarsgård or whatever, if I didn't pronounce it correctly. We get the belt that comes with his cult uniform. We get, this claw. Wish it had articulation. Would have been great. It added some hinges in there. But hey, again, I'm not complaining with all the lettuce that we're getting and all that cabbage that we're getting. We're getting the infamous hook. We've got the gun accessory on him, and we get a slapping hand or a holding hand, whichever you want to call it. Now, here's where the controversy is going to begin. This is why, guys, I don't watch any more American television. I don't watch series anymore. We're handing over our childhood, or we're handing over our best property to these beta males, male feminist soy boys who don't even lift. And I'm going to jump in it because the show really was a bit of a disappointment with that said. But let me bring in something that to this moment I don't understand. It's a beautifully sculpted, right? This is what happens when you listen to Kevin Smith. What is this, guys? Look at that sculpt. You open the jaw. Well, now somebody else did it, but this is what it looks like. To be honest with you, that lower part of the jaw, in one comic or in a reshoot of the comic, it shows Skeletor burning the jaw off in a fight with him. But in another one, he already had it because he is some kind of a evil, half human, half cyborg from a different dimension. We get the classic Hook, so you can put him there and slide him down like he likes to do. That's how strong he is. But what is this, guys? This is just an embarrassment. So I'm probably going to touch that up. I'm going to leave him like that, but I'm probably going to touch that up with some red to make it look like it's still like burning flesh. Overall, we do get two belts, but this belt does come off like the classic one, and the belt does hold the accessory, so I'll show you that in a couple of minutes. We'll look at that. The armor, this just, even on the box cover, the way he looks with this revamp of it, other than the jaw, everything else is just amazing. Look at that. Look at the sculpt on this. And this guy does hit the squat rack. Look at that back. He does deadlifts. Loincloth, classic. And again, guys, like I said in my He-Man video, the whole fantasy world of He-Man is based off of Conan, except so the guy wouldn't get sued who created He-Man, he added the element of magic with science combined. So why don't we go take initiative of the show, start removing the accessories. We'll start with the hand. We'll take the hand off here. Okay. Whoa. Now I will tell you that this gauntlet doesn't come off, so we'll see how that uniform looks like now at the end. But we get the other hand in there. Be careful, guys. It's a small little peg. So we got the hand in there. It went in there with no problem. On there, let's take a look at the gun. We'll take the gun off. That came off easily. We'll put the hook in there. And there it is with the hook. And what I'll do is I will take and put the accessories on the belt so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm trying to get this guy in there, but again, guys, these little pegs, they can break, so be careful. You guys can see on the belt, you can put the accessory just by hooking it in there. And there he is with the claw on there. And overall, guys, I have to say that Mattel did a phenomenal job with this rehash of it, other than that ridiculous looking jaw that they gave him. So with that said, we're going to take a look real quickly at the articulation. So unlike He-Man, you can put his arms down like this, and maybe I just need to blow dry the He-Man or something like that, but you do get that in there. You do have a fantastic bicep swivel. You get a single ping on this arm and on the robotic arm as well. On that, you do get movement on there, but the gauntlet doesn't let you, but you can still animate it. You can animate the claw here as well. There is a thigh swivel there. You get head articulation. Now, it looks weird because of the neck, but I guess that's just designed like that. But you do get that in there. I mean, that face, Jesus. You get a thigh swivel in there. You get motion in there. You get double jointed knees there, and you do get an ankle pivot and swivel on that, but there is no toe articulation like we're all used to seeing from Mcfarlane. So as an action figure, this one is definitely better articulated than the Viking He-Man that I showed in my previous video. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm not complaining. Maybe I need to blow dry the He-Man. I'm going to try it again at a later time when I finish this video just to see it. Maybe I can do an update on that. But look how crazy this guy looks besides this stupid jaw mouth that they gave him with that stupid look. So let's go ahead and put him in his cult uniform. Now, what I love is that this reminds me of the classic trap jaw where the accessories came off just like that and they hooked out on there. I believe to get the first thing on him, which is this thing here, it is Velcro. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put this in here like this. And like I said, I'm not going to display him like this. And yes, guys, this guy's going on my shelf because I'm really, really happy with it. This guy, this uniform is, if it'll fit on my, on that. Now, here's the part where you put this on first, right? To put him in his, in that look. But I'm assuming that, yep, the head does come off, as you guys can see here. You can, and I noticed that the heads pop off easily on these Masters of the Universe versus the Mcfarlanes. It's always a pain. You got to heat it up. It does fit squarely in there. And last but not least, you put the belt in. Get that belt. Sorry, I hit the camera. And just like the other belt, there we go. Once you slide it and center it. Now, the uniform does not look bad. It looks actually really, really good. So I'm having second thoughts on that, but makes him look like he's got no neck, and I think that's probably by design. So it looks really, really good with that. I'm happy with what we're getting from Mattel with everything. Now, let me put in that claw a little bit better all the way in. There we go. Mattel definitely gave us a good action figure. It's got a lot of mobility on there, a lot of articulation. So you animators out there can definitely go to town with this. It's definitely well sculpted. Love the entire universe. I would have preferred a little bit more painting on it, but hey, 20 bucks, look at everything that you're getting. And I actually got this for 16. So with that said, guys, let me know about today's review. Let me know if this is something you're going to collect. I know that I'm going to add this. And again, guys, excuse me, I'm under the weather still. I'm going to add this to my DC universe of villains and things like that. So I definitely like the way this figure looks. Love everything about it. Let me know in the comments below if this is something that you're going to pick up. If this is a figure you're going to add to your collection. I am going to take the uniform off and I'm going to put him on a, the classic display of him. But other than that, I'm happy. Fantastic. Let me know in the comments if you like today's show. Let me know what your thoughts are. And guys, if you like today's show, hit the like, guys. Show that love. Hit the bell to get notified. And most of all, me and Trapjaw, it would mean the world if you subscribe. So with that said, me and Trappy here, or Kevin's Boy, we're done. We're done with the review. We've had everything we had to say, and we are